Christians, wake up and stop treating the Bible like a history book. It is not. Did you know many of the most respected historians, archaeologists, and textual scholars treat the Bible as a religious and mythological text, not a literal historical record? This is not opinion. It is evidence. Here are names, real people, real credentials, real scholarship. Israel Finkelstein, archaeologist, Hebrew University, lead excavator in Israel, concluded the Exodus, conquest of Canaan, and united monarchy are national myths, not history. Thomas L. Thompson, biblical historian, showed the Old Testament functions as theological literature, written long after the events it claims to describe. Niels Peter Lemche, historian, argues ancient Israel as described in the Bible is a literary invention, not an archaeological reality. William G. Deaver, archaeologist, former believer, openly states archaeology does not support the Bible as written, even though it reflects later religious traditions. Bart D. Ehrman, textual critic, former evangelical, demonstrates the New Testament was copied, edited, altered, and written anonymously decades later. Elaine Pagels, historian of religion, Princeton, exposes how early Christian texts were selected, suppressed, and politicized to shape doctrine. John Dominic Crossan, historical Jesus scholar, teaches that the gospel stories are theological constructions, not eyewitness biographies. Now I know some of you are thinking, what is a myth? Let me tell you, a myth is not a lie. A myth is a symbolic story created to explain identity, morality, power, origin, and purpose. It uses gods, miracles, floods, chosen people, and divine wars to teach meaning, not to record events like modern history. Myths were how ancient cultures preserved worldview before science, before modern record-keeping. They answer questions like, who are we? Why do we suffer? Who has authority? What makes us chosen? Myth becomes dangerous only when it's treated as literal history used to manipulate, control, and justify supremacy. These scholars don't speak from faith. They speak from evidence, carbon dating, excavation layers, manuscript variants, historical method. The conclusion is undeniable. The Bible is a sacred tradition, not a history textbook. Myth doesn't mean fake. It means symbolic, ideological, and cultural. Christians, stop hiding behind belief and claiming certainty. Faith asks you to believe. History asks you to prove, and proof is where literalism collapses completely. Final thought. The saddest part isn't just belief. It's whose chains are still holding it. White people are slowly letting go of the Bible, questioning it, seeing it for what it is, a book shaped by history, politics, and power. Black people, meanwhile, are holding it tight, clinging to a text that was handed down on the plantation, used to control them, to teach obedience, and to justify their oppression. Statistics don't lie. 57% of white adults in the U.S. say the Bible is the Word of God. 77% of black adults say the same. This is more than faith. It's internalized history, a legacy of submission disguised as salvation. While one group loosens its grip, the other is still bound, not by God, but by the echoes of oppression. True freedom comes when you stop worshiping the hand that once whipped you and start seeking truth for yourself.